Welcome to another episode of Market Like It's Hot, where Izzy Dudosky and myself, Yasmin Robles, bring you marketing news, know-how, opinions, or I would say strong opinions, Izzy, really strong marketing opinions. And then we tell you what to do and what not to do with your marketing, including your website, social media, strategy, all the things. But today, Izzy, I'm going to start with I feel like it's now tradition of finding dad jokes for Izzy to solve. Ready, Izzy? What do you call a dog who meditates?
A dog that meditates. A hot dog. I don't know.
A werewolf. A were.
Party. Thought. It was like, but he's not a wolf. He's a dog.
You know what? I have had it with your logic.
Okay. My bad.
All right. So Izzy, today we are going to be discussing X is for Extinction, the app formerly known as Twitter. And as I always say, X is like the best thing for Izzy. She adores Twitter and X and all the things that it represents. Is that true, Izzy?
Absolutely not. And never put those words in my mouth again. I hate everything X stands for. I hate everything about it. I think he's an idiot and he ruined Twitter.
I mean, he's ruining many things, but this is not that type of podcast.
Or is it?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't remember how many we're putting out each month because my brain, but maybe we should start putting out like random 15-minute rants of just whatever we feel like it. Yeah. Cry a little. Have some tequila. But anyway, so the slow, weird implosion of X and what brands should do instead. Izzy, how did we get here? I remember Twitter everybody would love Twitter.
Twitter
All in.
had something that other social platforms did not have, which was you can basically text anything that you want out to the entire world. And it was very random. And it was like, oh, I have this funny little thought. Let me just post it. You can't do that with Instagram. You have to have a picture with it. Or like LinkedIn, probably not the place where you're going to just like randomly type something in. Facebook, do I need my grandma to see it? Twitter had its own thing about it where it was like, oh, that's funny. Twitter was also home to like any recent changes of something, like even if it was business wise, music wise, everything. They had their own little groups that formed on Twitter, and Twitter was amazing for that.
I remember when there were like world headlines, revolutions, or whatever, but there were like if you were watching a TV show, you could get live like feedback about everything that was going on. You could understand what's going on the other side of the world because it's like you said, it's just like a mass text to the world.
It's
It
a
was
group
incredible.
chat with hashtags.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It's like that's also how like they would vote on RuPaul's Drag Race. It was like hashtag this queen and tell us why you want her to win. Or like American Idols, like hashtag David Archuleta or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, what do they use? Nothing. An app. They probably have an app for it now. They had to make a whole separate app because Twitter couldn't do anything.
Yeah. So what happened? It was amazing.
Well, Elon Musk was like, I'm going to buy Twitter. And everybody's like, don't do that, please. And then he went into Twitter and then fired so many Twitter employees to the point where it was like, oh God. And the Twitter employees were pissed because most of them were working on the back end too, of making sure everything was like, not like filtered, but like so bad things that people shouldn't see weren't there. Like they weren't filtering what people were saying, except if it was like, that should not be seen anywhere just for anybody to see. So he fired all those people, fired a bunch of people who were like just working on the app's maintenance and all that stuff because it's like they didn't do enough in one day for him. So then he like went and replaced them and they didn't do a good job. And then he was like, actually, guys, take down the Twitter sign on the side of the building. And everybody who was on Twitter was tweeting about them taking the sign down on the Twitter headquarters. Next thing you know, we see the X up there and he named it X. Why? Nobody knows. Nobody also calls it X. Who calls it X? Because what am I doing? Am I Xing when I type out a message now? It's like Twitter had that established thing and then you took it away. Then also, everybody on Twitter did not call it X when it changed.
We still don't.
I still don't because I think
I
it's
forget.
stupid.
And then they started so the verification stuff because and I never got verified or anything, but I feel like verification was basically you are who you say you are, right? So if you're a big brand, you get
It was
verified. But now it's different.
Yeah, it's like how I don't know if you remember this, but on YouTube, if you were an artist, you always had like a Bevo page. Like that's how
Mhm,
you knew it was from like the official account.
mhm,
Now it was like Twitter, you always if you got the blue check mark, you were like, I have a following and this is the real me. So like people couldn't impersonate you and do all this stuff.
mhm.
Then Elon Musk came in and he was like, actually, you could just buy one now.
Yep.
So everybody thought that was funny, so they started making fun of him and buying, like I knew one guy tried to buy, like, Elon Musk and then tried to, like, get himself a blue check mark, like, there was but this was happening with, like, a bunch of other celebrities. People were just, like, impersonating them and then buying blue check marks, which was the point of the blue check mark in the first place, and then you're just like, "I'm gonna give it out to anybody now for, like" I think it was, like, $10 a month or something. Ridiculous, but then that just, like, takes away all the, like reputation that people with the blue check mark had, and now anybody can
Yeah.
have one. So it was
Mhm.
he ruined he ruined a perfectly good app. Like, if you had these ideas, go start a new app. You didn't have to destroy Twitter over it, but instead,
Mhm.
that happened, and then he took a lot of filters off X, and it caused some issues. All I'm gonna say is just, like, what Twitter employees that he fired for filtering for, and then it kinda turned into, like, this whole kinda like a black market social media. It's, like, the best way I'm gonna put it is just, like, people being disgusting and, like, also saying things they should not be saying and, like yeah.
Yeah, like inside your head thoughts just are
Yeah, it
coming
turned
out. I
into
feel
a
like
place of hatred very fast when
yeah,
they found out those filters were off, or, like, if they reported it, nothing was getting taken down, so it was just, like,
mhm,
kinda yeah. And again, like, they
yeah.
could just hide behind these accounts, like, there's no way to, like, connect them to who's actually saying it because like, they took all the safety features off of these social medias, like, it's horrible.
I think it's just depressing to go on there. And then I just stopped. I tried and I couldn't anymore. And they try to keep asking for verification and selling me things. And I'm like, I don't care, guys.
No.
And
I
then
deleted all
I what?
I deleted all mine.
I think we still have one on there. I don't think we posted for like at least 5 years, but still there.
But did it have a
Uh,
blue check mark?
no, because I never really cared enough to get that when it was a thing. And then when it became this thing where it was like $10, it was like, I don't do I need what is my return on the investment of this blue check mark as a small
Mhm.
business? And then like all the messages, like I just all these tweets, X's, I don't know what I want to call it. Um, they are just sad. And I'm like, I have enough of that on other platforms. I don't need to be on here. It's just sad. But then their ad revenue, what happened to that, Izzy?
I don't even know. What did I write?
You wrote it plummeted, but I remember there was this whole period of time when companies were like pulling out of Twitter. Like if I had a company, I would be pulling out just if I had a company. Oh my God.
You do.
If I owned a business,
If I own a business
I'd name it Rebel Marketing and I'd start a podcast called Market Like It's Hot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What if?
What, what if only. Um, if we had a client that wanted to do or post ads or whatever on Twitter, I would just recommend no. But now it's even worse than that. You get you oh, it depends on your audience, but also would we I don't know if we would be the kind of people to take on clients that are really gung ho about Twitter. Does that make sense?
And we wouldn't. And I'm gonna be brutally honest, Twitter is full of incels now. Yeah. It's so bad. It's people who, like, are the worst possible people. They hate women, they hate everybody else, like, and they just are able to express it on that platform, and it's crazy, and they hide behind their little profiles, and it's just sad, really, and I just refuse to be there
Yeah, it's
because
not.
if I'm gonna be mean, you're gonna see my face in that profile picture. And
Oh man.
I'm being mean for the right reasons.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I don't know how, I don't know when would be a good time to be like, yeah, totally go on Twitter
Never,
for a client. Also, you
never.
would probably wouldn't be a client if that's what you really wanted. Like,
I would probably say get on Instagram Threads, it's probably gonna give you the same amount of traffic.
well, there are a ton of the different ones. There's Blue Sky, there's Threads. Threads is probably the closest to Twitter, I would say,
I
if
heard
you're used to Meta.
I heard Blue Sky is turning into, like, a porn account, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, same. And there was another TikTok. We're not talking about TikTok today, but there was another TikTok um, women-owned competitor that was backed by this one dude from Shark Tank. I can't Cuban.
Yep.
Was it him? Yeah. But I remember I wrote it down and then I never made an account. So guys, I just live off of TikTok to make fun of people who fall down, and then I go on LinkedIn and put on my professional face. So
I go on LinkedIn and I don't put on my professional face.
you're just spreading authenticity everywhere.
I'm just like, if you
Like
want
us,
to see a meme of London Tipton, then you're following the wrong girl.
you know, it's all about the authenticity here at Rebel Marketing.
And yeah,
Yeah. So what what does this all mean for brands? Like if you used to have an account, if you used to post, what does this all mean?
well, let's take it like, okay, so Wendy's, they had so many famous tweets of them just bullying
Yeah.
people. And you
Yes.
knew it was funnier because you knew it was from the Wendy's account. Now
Mhm.
anybody could just be like, let's say just and this probably has happened with another brand or something with them being on X, but another person can make an account pretending they're Wendy's, hypothetically, and then start saying some really messed up stuff. And people would have like a harder time figuring out if that's the official Wendy's or if it's not. And even if it wasn't, news media outlets don't care. They will pick up whatever I
Yeah.
see and run with it. And then all of a sudden, now you got a story about Wendy's being racist or something, like,
Yeah.
because somebody pretended to be them. So, like, your brand safety, if you're on X, out the door because it's like nobody can verify if it's you.
Mhm.
There's no way to like back up what you're saying. And then also things can get twisted out of control if there's no like safety features like that. And they took all of that away. And yeah. And immediately when it turned X, so many people left the app. So why are you
Mhm.
even there anymore? You're not reaching your audience anymore. And if
Yeah.
that's your audience, maybe reevaluate. So,
Reevaluate your life choices.
do you think the guy in his mom's
Uh,
basement is going to buy insurance from you? Probably not.
yeah.
No. So
Oh God.
get off X. It's not catering to your audience anymore.
Yeah.
And so that was just its issue in itself with brands and businesses. And then the engagement, like nothing, unless you're talking on some of those topics that are
Mhm.
featured. And it's just nobody was using it for what it used to be.
Yeah.
And their search option now is so bad. Like Twitter, I used to be able to find this is my lore. This is my lore. I ran fan accounts when I was little. Okay, and now I just like run
When you
brand
were
accounts.
little, you're like you're almost a quarter of a century, but that's
Yeah, but
not
I'm talking like when I was like 13. Okay.
okay.
It's crazy how my life has turned into me
I don't
running social
know
medias when I was
if
so young.
whoever's listening to this, please comment. Don't comment your age. I don't want you to comment your age, but comment if that made you feel old. That made me feel old. But go ahead.
That made me feel old.
Yeah, I just feel old all the time, but that's for other reasons.
Yeah, I had an Instagram and a Twitter page, and I had over 20,000 followers on both.
What are you doing here at Rebel Marketing?
It was a fan account. I wasn't making money on it. Like, ad revenue was not a thing on Instagram then. Ugh, but yeah, anyway. Anyway, but, like, what was I even talking about?
Engagement?
Oh, so yeah, so it used to be, like, you could search up anything on these platforms so
Mm,
easy and get exactly what you were looking for. So, like, I was a 21 Pilots fan account. Sue me. I was, okay? And so I would be able to look up the date of the concert, what city it was in, and immediately I could find like 100 videos from that night if I wanted to. Now, I tried to go on there because there was drama with this influencer the other day, and I went on X on like this one account I have just in case I need it for something. And there's 0 followers. It's a random numbers and users in the like username, and I couldn't find even the influencer with the search. It is so bad. It is so bad, it's not even funny. So it's like, you're not gonna get engagement with what you're tagging anymore with your hashtags. You already have to have that following or else it's just not gonna show up. And it's like, they're clearly filtering out their search, so why are you even posting on it anyway?
mhm. Oh man, that's bad.
Yeah.
So I guess if you were on X or Twitter or whatever, you have those options, threads, blue sky, which might not, I don't know, it depends if it fits your business model, I guess, if it is turning into a porn account. Uh, and then you mentioned Reddit in your notes. Would you, so Reddit is similar to, I didn't think it was too similar to what Twitter used to be. Do you feel like it is?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's like
Short answer.
you could have again, it's like topics, trending
Mhm.
topics. That's what Twitter used to be. It would have like a top of 100 of trending topics. Anybody could go on any page and comment what somebody else like commented on.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like little communities forming
Yeah.
within Twitter. So again, like me with my fan account, I had 21 Pilots, everybody following me when I had it. And then other than that, outside of it, it was like that was just the one community. There were so many
Mhm.
different Twitter communities for so many different things. And that's what Reddit is. It's just, but like it's a little bit easier to get to that point. Like
Yeah.
Twitter was able to have, like, that algorithm where it'd bring more accounts to, like, what you're liking and what
Mhm.
you're seeing, and then you're able to create those communities within itself. Like, big Twitter group chats were always a thing. If you were in something, if you wanted to, like, randomly make friends online, which I'm not saying do that, okay? But also, like, there's always tweets that had a bunch of engagement because it always, like, asked a question, and that's essentially what Reddit is. And
Mhm.
that I honestly feel like that's why Reddit has been picking up in popularity again after the switch over to X, because there's not that, like, open streamline of communication anymore.
Good. Okay. So we have a note here. Should you still be posting the TLDR? Do you want to say it? I can say it. Not
You can
unless I think
say
we've
it.
said it. We've said
Yeah.
it. Not unless your audience lives there or you're in news and politics. I do feel bad though for people who do have to be on there because it's either their job or I guess it's still their job if they're a content creator trying to provide basically telling everybody who's not going on X what is going on X and what people are posting.
Yep.
And okay, so if you're a small business, a local organization, a creative, you might be wasting your time on X.
Yep.
Would a local organization be wasting their time on X?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's just how I feel, though. Again, like, it used to be nice for those organizations, like, if there was a quick change in time or something, like, I also remember when I was, like, in middle school or high school, and the school would tweet out if we were closed or not for a snow day.
Oh, yep. I remember getting, well, not from my school, Central, but I remember for the kids' schools.
Yeah, and it was just
Um,
like, oh, you would probably get the alert faster than you get the phone call from the school saying that they're
Yep.
closed. But now, who is on there and who's seeing it? So now they have to rely back to
Mhm.
what they had before. So,
Yep. Yeah, no, now I just get text messages from the school
yeah.
all the freaking time. Not even an emergency, guys. Okay, so where should we go instead? We talk a little bit about a few of them. We talked about threads. You put in here that it's mid, but safer and improving. For those of us that are of a slightly older generation, Izzy, what is mid? Is it the
Mid
same
is
as
just like
Ohio?
Sigma, Ohio. No, I don't know. I think Ohio means bad, right? That's what the
Yeah,
kids are saying now.
yeah.
Mid is just like it's not horrible, but it's also not good. It's just mid.
So threads, it's mid, but it's safer, it's improving. Um, that's cool. I have an account on there, but I mostly try to go on there like during the debates or if there's a show I'm watching and I want to get people's feedback in real time.
Again, live updates, and they ruined
Yeah,
it.
yeah. LinkedIn. You wrote LinkedIn in here. So why LinkedIn?
I think LinkedIn's changing a little bit. To the point where again, it's not just like the finance bros telling us that he's grinding all the time and like a rocket ship emoji, but it's pretty because I mean, we all work. It's a part of our lives, but it's like if you're a small business owner, it shows like more of a personality towards you too and who you are. And especially if you're a small business owner, it's like a great part of your life. So you're trying to get connected with other people who do the same thing as you. So that's why I put it in there. And I also said drama free ish because it's like it's kind of developing now where I will get more recommendations for people on marketing around my age to follow. And that part's good. But then I will randomly get again a frat boy who just graduated and is like trying to make an appearance talking professional on there. And then they'll say something bad. They'll say something bad, or I've seen girls my age get DMs from older guys on LinkedIn. They're like just trying to flirt with them.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. So that's why I said ish. I haven't run into that, thank God. But like, I still get the like posts where they're trying to start something controversial on LinkedIn when it doesn't need to be discussed on LinkedIn. So, man,
You also wrote Instagram Reels and TikTok.
I just put that in there because again, it's like TikTok with their search algorithm. If something gets posted, you can find out immediately what they're talking about with the video. It just sucks that it has to be a video because what if you're in a place where you can't listen to the video and find out the drama just like that? Or it's like, maybe I don't want to watch a 4-minute video about what it is. Just tell me straight up. Give me the straight
Yeah.
answer. That's so I put it in there because it's like it's still contributing to like what the Twitter used to be and like news, and you're able to find out what you needed almost immediately because I think TikTok has the best algorithm for that at least. Instagram, it's getting better, but it's still like you can do a pretty good search on Instagram, but it's again, it's like it can't be summed up in 10 seconds to me like it used to on Twitter.
Yeah, TikTok's really the algorithm is really creepy. But for example, there was an issue here at a taco fest in Columbus, Ohio. I was scrolling, what was it? The day, like I guess it was a few hours after it happened, and I don't get a lot of Columbus, Ohio, but somehow it knew that I have maybe some anxiety and like to doom scroll and like sad things. I don't know and that I'm in Columbus, Ohio. So then it started showing me all these videos, all these angles of what was going on. So that's how I learned about it. The TikTok.
Yep.
All
And then
right,
I
my
just do
email.
email and text in here because I'm like, it's your own
Mhm.
list. At least you can directly reach out to those people. So
Yeah, I definitely. So email is gold. It's like the most beautiful thing you can have in your business because these are people that opted in. That literally, it's almost like they gave you their address and said, "Send me stuff." And then SMS, they said, "We are so fanatic about what you do that now we're just going to give you access to our phones."
yeah.
Um, yeah. So if you have to be on X, how do you stay sane?
And so just lock down your handle. Um, so people know you're not impersonating someone or somebody's not impersonating you. Monitor, but like Again, just don't spend ad money on X. Don't give X that benefit. Like, I hate to say it like that, but also you're not gonna get a lot out of it. Not a lot of people are on there anymore, and honestly, X is just one target audience now. So if
Mhm.
you know what I'm talking about, then don't put your stuff on there
Yep.
because you're not gonna get anything out of it. If anything, you'll probably get like doxxed, and then they'll like start spamming your stuff. So just don't.
Mhm. But if you do, you can monitor, but don't build a strategy around it.
Yeah.
You wrote in here, use it for SEO boost. What?
It's for more location tags. So again, like the Taco Fest
Oh.
thing, people probably are there's like probably 100 tweets going out at one time
Mhm.
about Taco Fest. Good luck with the search on that one, but like still.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, if you could build your own version of Twitter, what name would you give it, Iffy?
I don't know, what would you call yours?
I don't know. I would I would honestly probably I would ask the Gen Alphas.
Oh, I
They seem
wouldn't.
to be really creative.
They would call it the toilets, and then I was like, like would be like a flush or something.
A blush. I think that would be a good app. Maybe not for Twitter, but like, I don't know. When you're trying to cancel someone, you get flushed. This could also be a game show, Izzy.
Get flushed?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Maybe. Do people watch game shows anymore? Unless
I
it's
don't
just
know.
like Love
Do they?
Island.
I don't. I don't know. I was never really into game shows, but
I
over
see
the
like
years,
Game
some
of
people have.
Thrones.
If you, dear listener, are watching this clip, tell us if you watch game shows and which ones we should add to our list. All right. If you are confused about what we were talking about, if you want more information on marketing, if you want a free workbook and you feel like giving yourself more homework to review your strategy is the way to go and the way you would like to spend your weekend, go to myrebelmarketing.com/checklist and you'll get a workbook. And I believe it's 3 different videos walking you through the workbook. I made it sound like it's a long thing, but it's really, I would say, a good way of self-auditing your marketing strategy. It goes through websites, social media, email marketing, showing you how to create a calendar, stuff like that. Izzy, if people want to stalk you, you're not going to be on X, but where can they find you?
LinkedIn. Help me on my journey to become a LinkedIn influencer today.
Yes, yes. Make Izzy an influencer because I have no influencerness in my bloodline. So
My goal by December, I want 10,000 followers.
what are you going to do if you get them?
If I
You
get
should
the
do something
followers,
awesome.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll make like a party or something.
Dive. Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too.
Wait, but I'm liking it. I could skydive for 10,000. If you get me 10,000 followers on LinkedIn, I will skydive.
Oh my God. Guys. Oh, wait. Is there a time frame on this?
I want to do it by December.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to skydive in December, like the freezing fall.
Okay, October.
I guess you could go to like somewhere warm. That makes sense. Also, I might pop out a fetus at that point. I can't watch you from the ground.
Let's do
I'll be like,
it's
Izzy,
almost
I want you.
June, July, August. Okay, by September, I want 10,000 LinkedIn followers and I will jump out of the plane.
Oh God. Okay. We'll discuss on how many you actually have right now.
I have
This is how you develop smart goals.
2,184. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That sounds doable. Okay. Yeah.
Guys, it's part of my planning of my
Escape plan.
No,
Oh, okay.
just like when I turned 24, I started panicking and I like wrote down a list of goals for myself.
When you turn 24, okay, there's so many. Let's break this down. When I turned 24, you started panicking. That's it. Why? And I wrote a bunch of goals for myself. Okay, that's cool. And one of those goals was to get 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. You know, I live vicariously through you.
My thing is, I think you think I'm joking and I'm not. I know.
Oh my God. What's the other one? Pick up crochet.
Yeah, gain 10,000 LinkedIn followers.
Oh my God.
I said try one new hobby. Try to
Please make it like go to raves or something. Do it for the ones that can't go.
I have
A rave, not a thing.
a week. I don't like raves. They're sweaty. People are on drugs, and I don't want to be around them.
Yeah.
And you know who goes to raves now?
The finance bros?
Yes. They ruin everything.
Damn it. So
Me dating a finance bro being like,
I don't know what to say. I was just like,
he's just built different. He's not a typical finance guy.
you're beating it out of him. Metaphorically speaking, guys. Metaphorically speaking.
Of course. But yeah, my goal list, sure.
I just can't believe your sentence. When I turned 24, I started to panic and I created all this
information. It just is Batman, but it's pink and it says the city needs you, Diva.
You know, you need to give a workshop.
What?
You need to give a workshop, like how to set goals and be authentic to yourself and motivate yourself. Like
I'm calling it like what did I call it last time? It's like gaslighting myself, but like in a positive way. When I told you I was going to start running,
yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm just like gaslighting myself into doing it, but like in a positive gaslighting thing. Stay delusional, gaslight yourself. That's my tagline.
So if I tell myself that I should be a good parent, I can become a good parent. But then I can't swear at my kids. That's not fun. How are they going to learn Spanish if I can't swear at them in Spanish?
You can, but you're still a good parent. This is my new live, laugh, love. Like how every parent had a live, laugh, love sign in their house. Mine is stay delusional, manifest, gaslight. That's mine.
I want that sign.
Delusion, manifest, gaslight. And that's it.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Hopefully people join us on another episode of Market Like a Talk. Tell us in the comments of wherever you're listening to, what is your motto for parenting if you are a parent? And if you're not a parent yet, you're doing the right thing. Keep it going.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Spoken like a true prego. Trust me, you don't want to go there. Unless it's for money. That's a hit me up. I'll give you some contacts if you want to do it.
Not $5,000 though.
God, no, not that. Like actual money. Although I was gonna say something to pay off student loans, but at this point, like it would only pay off like 1 year or something. Damn it.
Yeah, it's bad.
It would buy you 1/8 of a house.
I'll never be a homeowner.
No. As long as I can drive in certain neighborhoods and feel okay, that'll be good. This is a weird way to end this episode. Dear listener, let us know what you think. Leave us a 5-star review.
Do you need more? Check out our marketing worksheet on our website. It goes through step by step with videos included from Yasmin. And also, if you need more help after that, just send us a link or book a discovery call with us, and then also follow us on LinkedIn. Thank you. I like your advertising voice. That's a good advertising voice. All right. Thank you, everyone. You should practice the Victoria. We used to make fun of the Victoria's Secret voice. It was like that. Oh man, I can't do it. There was this one girl Victoria. It's like new from Victoria's Secret. Like it was like that sultry voice, but it was slightly marketing. A whole marketing work. No, that was so we're off into a different kind of voice. Although you could probably still make money off of it. I told my kid, I'm like, we need to make some money. Do you think people would like swollen prego feet? Probably. And my kid's like, yeah, there's a market for everything. And I'm like, what? Can you help me set up the account? And he's like, no, I don't think at my age you should be asking me to help you with those things. I'm like, it's feet. It's feet. It's not about what you're doing, it's what they're doing is the issue. I don't have issues with what they're doing as long as I'm getting paid. I mean, literally, I rented out my room
the other times. I really should have rented on my own this time, but that's another podcast. We're still looking for that sponsorship from Red Bull, though,
Yeah, like, what else do I have to do, Red
or
Bull?
Dr.
This is
Pepper.
the girl asking for a sponsorship or maybe a free case. Um, I would be scared to see how much money I've spent over the years on Red Bull, honestly. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we'll make that happen one day, Izzy.
We'll try.
So is X Ohio or is it a skibbity toilet?
X is so Ohio. I think that's how you say it. X is Ohio.
You're supposed to be helping me translate these.
I don't know what these Gen Alphas are coming up with. If you're gonna come up with something, at least make it make sense.
Man, Gen Alphas are creepy. Like,
They are. They
like
scare me.
I don't know if millennials will ever get their chance, but I think Gen Zs, like I think my 14-year-old falls on the either really, really young last of the Gen Zs, I think. But the younger ones, I feel like they're really, oh, how did somebody describe it? Feral. Like they're mean, like
They're so
insulting
mean.
mean.
They're crazy, and I think they have too much power because what the Ohio does that mean? What is a skibbity toilet? I just don't understand.
Oh, I know what it's I googled that. That was and then they showed me videos and I was like, "Why is this a thing?" And then side note, I saw a millennial fearful of skibbity toilet, like, she was explaining why this was a sign of, like, the end of days or something like that, and I was like,
I don't think
I don't
so.
think that's what it is. You're
Wasn't
reading
it
way
just
too
like a
much
creepy
into it."
pasta video? Wasn't that what it was?
The video that my kids showed me was, like, this face in the toilet,
Yeah, I think it
and it
used to be
was
like
just
a creepy pasta thing, right?
I don't even know, but
I don't either.
whatever they feel like it, it's okay.